I'm sure when you started to walk out, he had some doubts like.
And I was going to ask him that. We'll get to that. Hold that off because okay. That's one of my main questions. So, no, 100%. Like when I coach my kids, okay, and I consider, we talked about this with Dason and we've talked about it with the agents and stuff like that. I really, really, in all my true heart and my soul, believe that winners win. They find ways to win. My kids find ways to win. We're going to win. We're going to find ways to win. And I've done that since they were 8 years old. I'm going to put them in positions because I played long enough to understand what it takes to be a teammate, what it takes to win, right? My oldest son, he's an ass. He's always been an ass. That's just what he is, okay? He's a good player. He's going to work hard, but he's not the best of teammates all the time, and he needs to learn to be a better teammate. And that's part of his growth as a young man and as a deal. And I rely on him and this man to kind of teach him to be that way. And you know what? If he comes home and says, "Oh, Kerr Whipster, maybe run sleds or do this," then do better, bro. Yeah. Like, just do better. I'm not going to be the parent that's going to be like, "Oh, coach, what's going on?" Like, you know, I always took a lot of deal. I don't know if you saw this or not, where it was Frank Martin. He's the head coach. He was the head basketball coach at South Carolina. And he talked about when he goes and watches his kids play basketball, and they're like 8th grade. And he's like, "Buddy, I don't say a word. I don't say a word to the coach, nothing. If you play, you don't play, you do whatever, that's on you. You want to play better? Go talk to the coach. You want to do this? Go talk to the coach. Now, if the coach insults you and we can't figure it out, then we'll go talk.
Yeah.
But you have a problem, you need to go speak to that man. He's the one practicing you. He's the one doing it. You got to go show him, because baseball and sports in general, you're going to consistently have to be proof people wrong. I tell my kids, even when I coach 15, 16-year-olds, I got no problem being the enemy.
Yeah.
If you're not playing and you're hitting 10 hole or 9 hole for me and you're not happy about that, I got no problem being the bad guy.
Yep.
You go home and say, "You know what, screw Lolly, screw the coach, whatever. You do it respectfully. You do it over there. I got no issue with that. You prove me wrong.
Yeah.
It improves my team. I'm good with that. I can live with that. I can be that guy for you." And so I think that's a big part of coaching, is doing that, you know, and I think he does a good job of that. Well, understanding that everybody's a little different.
To your point, I feel like as coaches, there's times we have doubts. I grew up, you know, at Waxahachie, and we wore the shirts we wore underneath said, "Play like a champion." The other one was, "Know you're going to win." You know, we just had the mentality that we were going to walk on the field and beat everybody, and when we didn't, it was kind of a kick to the gut. But those are few and far between, and the whole time I played. I remember my freshman year at Mary Hardin Baylor. It was the first year they had a football program, or second year they had a football program, and we weren't very good, and I was miserable because I didn't do anything but win at Waxahachie. From the 7th grade to the 10th grade, we didn't lose a single game. The only time we lost in the last 2 years I played were playoff games. So you're talking about beating some of the best teams in the state with Highland Park, South Lake Carroll, Grapevine High School.
Yeah.